जी अस्सलाम आज today is 12th of May 2018 and I'm with you after say maybe more than 1 year now. I was very busy, extremely busy. I didn't have time to communicate with you today. And if you still remember me, Obaid, and my site is Science and Command. And today I will just talk a little bit about aging. What is aging? Everyone says aging. I am aging. Age. You are born. Then you are in your mother's hand. Then you are growing up, school. Then you become teenager. Then you get into your job. Then you get married, and then you and your age profile goes like this, and then you come down to your aging. So this is basically the graph, which this is your peak, and then you come down, and then eventually after you die. So what is aging? Aging is basically, scientifically I'm going to say, I will give you a little information. Aging, you are aware of DNA. DNA is called deoxyribio. I'm taking I'm taking help from the notes. So deoxyribonucleic acid. So basically, this is an acid, DNA, which is a major component of your programming of your body. So when you're born, then DNA is there, and it has four major components, which are fiber. Basically, they are proteins, and fiber is just like a cord. So proteins, and they have this circular, cord, which is in English you can call dhaga, Urdu call dhaga or a cord, and it has four major components: C, G, A, and T. C stands for cytosine, G stands for guanine, A stands for adenine, and T stands for thymine. So it's a sugar basically. It's a sugar, and it's all proteins. So if you are not taking proteins, basically you are not aging. So what happens is there are two types of aging components. So what happens? Basically, the aging takes place. There are immortal components, like humans are mortal, who die. And there is some bacteria who doesn't die. Some plants doesn't die. Some animals, some fungi, they don't die. Like alligator and all that, they just age. Unless someone kills them or some other big alligator eats them, so they don't die, they age. So this is basically the aging phenomena. So human, of course, they age, and what happens is that aging is caused by oxidation of a CTA, which is oxidation of DNA, cytosine, guanine, adenine, and thymine. It's a sugar. So what happens is that your cells, basically your muscles and cells, they stop multiplying. So, or they slow down multiplying. And the reason for that is that the oxidation takes place. Oxidation is they become oxidized, and it is a coating on the cell, just like a coating, and it doesn't allow any multiplication of the cells. So that is called aging. Now, what is cancer? Cancer is the other way around. If your cells are multiplying faster, they don't die. So the old cells must die in order for the new one to be born. But if your cells are multiplying and they are not dying, that becomes cancer. And you call it cancer, that, well, this is basically a disease. DNA again, and your muscles become weak slowly because you have oxidation of your DNA four major components, which are CTA. I call it CTA G. So CAT G. So there are four major. It's called proteins strings. It's a fiber. So in the DNA, there is one more thing which is called RNA. DNA, otherwise DNA, RNA and RNA is both are in the strings, two strings. And what happens is that in the DNA itself, it is responsible for your mind, your aging, your thoughts, your building of your components, body parts, and all that. But RNA, which is part of the DNA and which is only 2% in the out of 100%, 98% is DNA and RNA is 2%, is basically responsible for multiplication. So if there is no RNA, then human will not multiply. So basically, when two human cells like chromosome X and Y, they meet, or XS, they join together, the cell penetrates the egg, then your multiplication of another human is born. So if there is no RNA, which is responsible for the multiplication of your human race, then if there is no RNA, there is no multiplication. So RNA and DNA goes hand to hand. Nitrogen basically, so what happens is K9, is one of the nucleobases, acid. It's again acid of the DNA. They are all acids, they are chemicals. So this nuclei acids, which is DNA, they are in DNA and RNA, they are basically the nitrogen. So nitrogen based compounds. So basically biological compounds mean all these cells which have a nitrogen in them, and the sugar. Carbon and sugar are the basic components or elements which are in the body. So human is basically made of 11 elements. Major are nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon, oxygen. These are the major ones. And then you have a small quantity of iron, phosphorus, sulfur. So basically human is made of all these elements, and that's how. So basically aging is because of the oxidation of the DNA structure, which DNA out of 4, there are 4 proteins, which is called cytosine, guanine, adenine, and thymosin. So when their molecules, they are coated basically with the oxygen, you become your division of the molecules becomes slow, you become old. So in order to avoid aging, if you want to live more, it's in your hand. If you will eat more, basically you are taking more proteins, your oxidation of the DNA structure of these four fiber molecules will proteins will take place very quickly, and you will die quickly. So a person who is eating too much, if you want to prolong your aging, eat less. Stop taking too much proteins. So proteins are the basic. So avoid proteins and take carbohydrates and other. Only just reduce your intake. So eating carefully and healthy will increase your age, and that's how the science says. So it is with you. That's belief is that if you have an accident, or if you have your organ failure or something, that is something else. But we are only talking about aging here. Okay, so I will just my second video will be in Urdu, but now after this I will talk about consciousness. So after a long time we are together, and hopefully we will be now. I'll take time to impart knowledge and share my knowledge with you. And if you have any comments, kindly do share with me negative or positive, you like or don't like, please let me know. Okay, so Ubaid Barlas, today is May 17, oh sorry, 12th, and it's very cold outside. I know in Pakistan it is around between 35 to 45, but here it is between 2 to 10 degrees. Okay, so hope to see you again. Take care and bye.